All right, welcome back, kids. This is Sarcasm Speaks. I'm Jared, zooming with Bob here. If you're watching on the YouTube show, another one. Like I said, we're getting ready for Guys Weekend coming up. So this is our, I don't know, fourth show, fifth show in like the last week, something like that.
I don't even know. I don't even know anymore.
But we're normally this would be somewhere where we would say, oh, this could be the last one because we're gonna die. Well, if we said that, it's potentially because of a different reason right now, because we're coming at you from the depths, the pits, the deep insides of a world-ending hurricane. This is the worst storm ever. Hurricane Henri is what I'm calling it, because it hasn't earned the name Henri, and also fuck being French. Fuck everything about French.
Well, so I actually think that that Henri is actually probably more appropriate
because it's more of a bitch.
It completely bitched out of the fight.
Yeah, that is a very French thing.
So yeah, I'm good with that, Henri.
Yeah. So for anyone that doesn't live in the Northeast, or maybe you have, because I think it's been nationally covered, because this crazy Hurricane Henri, is coming up the East Coast. It's totally bypassing the normal landing spot of the Gulf Coast or the Mid-Atlantic.
Yeah, New Orleans.
Yeah. New Orleans or the Panhandle of Florida. And it's coming straight for New England. Oh my God. This is the first time a hurricane is going to make landfall in the Northeast since Sandy in fucking 2012, something like that. And everyone's like, oh my God, what are you going to do? Oh, there's a hurricane coming. Ooh-wee, it's a big bad Hurricane Henri. What are you guys going to do? I had someone, so I was at a family party for Amy's family the other day, and people were like, and this is no fault of anybody their own. We are purely victims of our own circumstance here in this house, my entire house that you can see on YouTube, because this is the only room that is left. So people are like, oh my God, the hurricane's coming. It's going to be so bad. What happens if we lose power? Like, everyone's talking about losing power. And I turned to Amy and I go, we just went a week without water. I think we can handle a few hours without power. Like, the only room we have power anyway in the house is our bedroom. Like, there's no power anywhere else. There's no lights. We don't have light. Like, we just went and bought light fixtures like 4 days ago. So we don't have lights in our house. Like, we have one lamp in the soon to be kitchen downstairs, and we have our bedroom light that's currently lighting me here. And we have the light in the bathroom, and only one light in the bathroom works, because we have like the vanity lights, and then we have a light in the shower, and then there's a light over the toilet in the back. The only one that works is the vanity light. So, I mean, me and her are talking, and we're like, losing power. There's nothing. Everyone's like, oh, what are you going to do? I don't know. Whatever. Same thing we do every day. So I just thought it was funny. Like I said, we're victims of a circumstance here in this situation where everyone is freaking out about something. And I'm like, this is easy. No power is nothing. Try fucking pissing in the woods and shitting at Lowe's. I got to take a shit. Now I got to drive to Lowe's down the street because we don't have water.
My thing was, so I played golf on Friday. I usually try to, and I was working Saturday, so I usually try to shop on my way home, grocery shop on my way home. And I was just like, this was Saturday, obviously. Yeah. I'm like, no fucking way. I go, I'm not fucking doing it. Like, seriously, no fucking way. And mostly because of the craziness. A little bit of me thought was, well, if this thing's going to be this bad, why would I go and buy a bunch of food? It's just going to go bad.
Right.
Like, if the fridge kicks out. But I'm like, not a fucking chance. I go, I'll wake up in the morning and figure it out.
Yeah.
So, for Hurricane Henri, I was able to get gas, and I went to 2 different grocery stores. Yeah. Imagine that.
Yeah, I went grocery shopping last night, so Saturday night, around like 7:00. Wasn't bad. Market Basket was like it was like a typical day at Market Basket. Like it wasn't crazy, it wasn't packed, like wasn't any busier than it normally is. Because I mean, Market Basket's always busy, but
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So, Hurricane Henri, was done by about 1 o'clock. The rain stopped. It was pissing rain at like 7 a.m. Like to the point where I was like, all right, we might have a flooding problem here. Like we have a sump pump in the basement, but the first thing I thought of was like, there's no electricity in the house. I wonder if they still have power to the sump pump. And luckily, didn't even get that far because it stopped raining by like noon. The wind stopped probably by like 1 because I looked outside at like 3 o'clock and I was like, just looks like a regular cloudy day. Like the trees weren't even moving, nothing. And it's like, what the fuck, dude? What the fuck are we doing? And I said it to Amy earlier. I go, we can't even get the fucking news anymore without this like fear mongering bullshit. Cause like the whole news thing leading into the last like 4 or 5 days was, oh man, the whole southern New England, you guys are going to get clobbered. Oh, you're in a hurricane. What is it? Hurricane warning or hurricane watch? I don't know which one's the higher one, but it was the higher one. And then by 11:30 on Sunday, we're down to a tropical storm warning. It's like, all right, cool. That happened quick.
So the funny thing about this is, if now I'm not someone with a brain, but someone with a brain actually could have seen all of this coming because we were on Joe's boat yesterday, and yeah, so they were throwing some extra lines and like if in your like in his slip he has the boat and then the dinghy, so they moved the dinghy like again just for space.
Yeah.
But he's like also looking up. Imagine now actually he's looking up the wind for Sunday. Now,
yeah.
Again, why would you actually take it into your own hands when you could let, network news tell you what's going to happen?
Yeah.
Instead of just looking up how windy is it going to get, you could get some other human's emotion, probably with a fucking motive behind it.
Right.
And then he even knew it. He goes, it's not going to be a hurricane. He goes, it's not. He goes, it's barely going to be a tropical storm. The winds are only going to get to, at most, 60 miles an hour, which that's a lot, but that's not a hurricane.
Correct.
And he found that out from an iPad on his boat.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if anyone with a fucking brain could have figured out how this was going to go.
Yeah. It's one of those, like, I was watching a video on it, I think this morning or yesterday. I don't know. Time doesn't make sense. But they were saying on like the Weather Channel, they were like, oh, it could make landfall. The winds could drop down to as low as 35 miles an hour. Now, will that happen? We can't really say for sure. And I'm like, what? You're just going to gloss over the fact that like this might not even be anything?
It was nothing.
And it was a big fucking nothing.
Like up here, it did not even like, so I drove around 9:30 this morning or so.
Yeah.
Dude, there have been times in July when the skies just fucking open up.
Yep.
And the rain just fucking comes down.
Oh, you mean every day in July?
That is genuinely fucking hard to drive.
Right.
Like that's actually difficult.
Right.
Today, yeah, couple fucking breezes almost like blew the car side to side. Sure. It's fucking Corolla, it happens.
Yeah, yeah. It's not any different than like,
any
March
other
or April when it's also windy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, big bad hurricane. Fuck off.
Oh, I just remember we should get I Survived on Henri shirts made.
We should put those together. Like my mom was texting me earlier and she was like, hey, how's it going? Like, do you guys still have power, all this? And I go, yeah, it stopped raining like an hour and a half ago. And that's when I looked outside. I stuck my head out the window, like not out the window, but like looking out the window. And I go, trees aren't even moving. It's not even windy anymore either.
I didn't see any wind, and it did not rain. And I live just outside of Boston, so
Yeah.
it did not rain.
Yeah. Like I said, it was piss and rain at like 7:30, but it was all done by noon.
Well, I think His Majesty went out around 7:15, something like that, and she said it wasn't even raining.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
We shouldn't be surprised.
We
like you're
survived.
saying.
I'm
Yeah.
a survivor, man.
I am a survivor. Unfortunately, I'm a reluctant survivor. We should get those t-shirts made. Reluctant survivor.
Every day. Every fucking day.
Yeah.
Reluctant survival.
So this is actually, I didn't actually have anything COVID like on the docket. It's just, I don't know, whatever. Didn't have anything really. But I've been going back and forth with my buddy Tony from high school, kid we grew up with, my age. I don't know if you remember him.
So I actually don't know him. I just know of him.
Okay. So him and I have kept in touch over the years. Like we go back and forth briefly, and we talk about some political stuff sometimes, and we just kind of go back and forth. He's a really good kid, pretty intelligent, all that shit. He's got his shit together.
Why is he talking to you then?
Yeah, beats me. Well, apparently he has poor judgment.
Can't be that intelligent, right?
Yeah. Well, no, he's smart. He just has bad judgment.
Oh, okay.
So I sent him this thing about it was a clip from Crystal and Sagar's news thing that I watch all the time on booster shots for the vaccines that are coming out. And his response was pretty much like, yeah, man, like the booster's a fucking bullshit thing. It's just a money grab for big pharma. So he sent me this whole big long thing, and he even goes like, people forget. There we go. People forget Julian Edelman used to play quarterback.
People forget that Pat Mahomes used to play baseball.
Yeah, people forget that the original vaccine is still not approved by the FDA, and we're already out here trying to push boosters. And I was like, he's not wrong. He's definitely not wrong. So he sends me like all these statistics. So as of August 4th, from whatever this page is that he sent me, just over 600,000 people have died from COVID-19. People under the age of 50 makes up like roughly 30,000 of that. So 30 divided by 600, that's 5%. 5% of all the people that have died so far are under 50 years old. And if you're under 40, it's like 10,000 people. So it gets even smaller. So he's going all this. He's saying like, why can't we just trust our immune systems? So I bring this up too, because like him and I haven't really like deep delved into like this type of stuff. But you and I have bitched about this forever and said how fucking stupid it was. And, maybe it's just because of, where I work is people have very strong opinions in certain directions. And I don't know, I feel like you and I are in the minority as far as like thought process and stuff like that. So it was refreshing to me.
I tend to be very, I don't want to call myself a contrarian because I'm not doing it intentionally. It just kind of works out that way, that my thoughts are generally the opposite of what the majority think in Massachusetts. Yeah. So like I said, it's nice to hear it from someone else who's not like in my close knit circle. So he sent me and him have been going on for a little while now. So he sent me this screenshot of Moderna. So Moderna this is a headline, reports their second quarter fiscal year 2021 financial results, and their total revenue was $6.3 billion in
the months that ended June 30th. So that's Q2. So for Q1 and Q2 of 2021, Moderna made $6.3 billion. In Q1 and Q2 of 2020, they made 75 million. So I don't know. That's more than 6 times, right? That's like approaching 7 times the amount of income for them. And now the next one is Moderna also boosted its full year forecast, yada, yada, yada. The forecast points to a booming market for COVID-19 vaccines, as Pfizer this week said the COVID vaccine it makes with BioNTech could generate $26 billion in sales this year. So the Pfizer vaccine is going to generate $26 billion in sales. So Moderna changed its forecast for the year. So it originally planned in its budget to make $18.4 billion. But after the first half of the year, their new projection is $19.2 billion. And it's like, he just, him and I are going back and forth, like I said, and he's just like, this is about as obvious as it gets. Like, as far as like just a push from big pharma being like, oh yeah. And we talked about this on the show like months ago. We're like, oh yeah, you guys are definitely going to need boosters. Wait, the government's just going to pay for all of this? They're just going to give us money to do this? Yeah. You're going to need boosters forever. You just keep the government contracts coming. Keep the money coming. But people can't see that. And people won't ask
like
questions.
People refuse to believe it's a flu shot. That's all it is.
Yeah. And if you ask questions, you're a bad person.
Yeah, you're an anti-vax, Trump supporting asshole.
Yeah.
I don't know what else. I think it's just those.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy, man. Yeah, so I just thought that was interesting because it was just on the top of my head, and because we were mid conversation right as we were getting on air here. So shout out to my buddy Tony back in Medford. Well, he doesn't live in Medford anymore, but that's where he's from.
Well, say town of Sharon just put in fucking mask mandates again.
Yeah, it's coming back. Boston passed the thing. Was that August 27th?
Yeah,
you have to wear masks indoors now, regardless of vaccine. And it's like, I don't know. I hear all these people talking about it, like Crystal and Sagar type people, like people that are actually smart and like do this for like their jobs and shit. And it's like, they're even saying like, what's the point now? Like, there's no, you're almost de-incentivizing people to get vaccinated because the statistics show that you can still get it and pass it, and now you're requiring people that are vaccinated to still wear masks and like have restrictions. And they're like, people are like, you're going about like government people are going about this all wrong. Is because now the people that were kind of on the fence about getting it are going to be like, no, fuck it. Why would I get it at this point? Because even if I get it, I still have to wear a mask and do all this bullshit. So like, they're not helping their cause. Like, if they're really trying to get people vaccinated, they're not doing themselves any favors by doing this.
When are people going to wake up and realize that the government has no control over this, yet they want control over this?
Yeah.
The government can't control whether you get sick or not. It can't.
Right. People get sick. People like it. We've said this for the last 2 years. Like, as long as this has been going on, like, as long as humans have existed, we've been getting sick.
Yep.
It's how it is. Like, viruses have existed before but they predate humans.
Yeah.
Like,
they'll probably post-date humans too.
I most likely, yeah, because the way we're trending, we don't have that much longer.
Thank God.
Yeah, right. We could use a fucking asteroid right about now.
No. I don't know. It's just like people are fucking fed up, and I don't know what anyone's gonna do about it.
Yeah. I don't either, to be
Well, no,
honest.
because I see it in the group of like fitness business owners and people like just don't comply, just don't comply, just don't comply. And it's like, dude, how?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like seriously, how do you not comply?
I don't know.
You can not require masks at your gym, but then it's like when it comes to a gym, the only thing that fucking matters is fucking dollar signs
Yeah.
and how many people aren't going to come work out.
Right. You almost, it's a pro and con thing. Like you can do that and, not comply and do that whole thing. But like, are you going to lose more business than you would if you just put a fucking sign on the door? And because all it really is just put a sign on the door. You don't really technically have to enforce it. Like you can kind of look the other way most of the time. You can like say it and have a sign and be like, yeah, whatever, it's there. You don't have to be like a fucking crazy fucking person about it.
Yeah, there's also like some loopholes too, where it's like, oh, any indoor public space, and people are like, well, I'm not open to the public. I'm only
Right.
open to members.
Right. Right. Yeah. That's an interesting point. All right. Well, I got good news. Enough with all that stupid bullshit with this hurricane and stupid fucking flu. Toys R Us finally making a comeback. They're doing it again. So to be fair, so Toys R Us closed its doors in 2018. Yeah, it says in this article that I found 2018 and shut down. They tried to come back in late 2019 with 2 stores. They opened one in Houston and one in New Jersey, but those ultimately closed again in January of 2021. However, this time they're coming back in partnership with Macy's. So Toys R Us, this article is from, I don't know, somewhere, it doesn't matter. Toys R Us no longer a thing of the past. The beloved toy store will be returning in 2022 with more than 400 locations inside Macy's stores nationwide. So this is interesting. I don't know. Like, I don't know how this is going to go because on the other end of this, Macy's really only exists in malls, and malls are closing like pretty quickly.
It's funny you brought that up because we were at work, and don't forget the point of what we're talking. So I'm starting a tangent.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking at work about Spencer's Gifts.
Oh yeah,
and how myself and JD.
Yep.
We're both. Wait, how old am I? 31. We're both 31 years old. And we were the only people in the gym of people aged, I think, 12 to 23. And we're the only people who knew what a Spencer's Gifts was.
Wow.
And then I asked some of these kids, when was the last time they went to a mall? And a lot of them couldn't tell me.
Yeah. They're dying. They're dying out because people don't go like that. Used to be like the thing. Like we used to do that in middle school. I mean, we had a very small mall in Medford, but we used to do that in middle school. We'd get out on a half day and we'd walk across the street to the Meadow Glen Mall. And we'd spend the day there, like just hanging out, walking around. And then it's like, all right, cool. We just like go to the mall and hang out. And people don't go to the mall anymore.
Yeah, like even just simple, like used to go to the mall, you would buy things because you want to go to like 3 or 4 different stores.
Yeah.
They all have them at the same place, and you could get food.
Right.
And it's like it was like a thing. And now it's like, why would I go to 3 or 4 different stores? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Or like, why would I drive to a mall to go do something that I might not be able to find? Because that's the other thing too. You're going to a store to look for something you want. They might not have it. You don't know. Maybe you got to go to a couple different stores to try and find it. Or You could just go on the internet and just buy it, and it'll be at your house in 2 days or less.
Yeah.
You know, and if you're like you and I, you hate most people. And anytime I can spend not around people is a win. So if I can buy something off Amazon and it'll be delivered literally to my front door in 2 days or less, or I have to go somewhere and stand in line around 50 people and like just mingle with people, I'll take the Amazon.
But
I'll
like, how
take,
many times are you gonna walk into a store to have someone say like, "Oh, can I help you find anything today?"
yeah, yeah,
Motherfucker,
yeah,
I'm just here to look, and I haven't even looked yet.
yeah. Do you need help
How about
finding
this?
anything? No.
I don't know yet. Truthfully,
Yeah.
like, let me try to find it myself. And we'll go from there.
Yeah. Right. It's like if I needed help, I would just ask you. Like I would just come right over and be like, hey, because sometimes I do that. Like sometimes I'm not really in the mood to like look for something. You know, like I want to get in and get out. So like the first person I see that works there, I'm like, hey, where is this? And they're like, oh, that's over in, fucking mile 17 or like the fucking whatever section. And I'm like, all right, cool, thanks, awesome. And then I'm in and out on my way. Like, because anytime someone comes to you and go, oh, can I help you find something? No, you can't actually. And most of the time it's like, no, I'm good, just browsing.
The stores that you need the most help in, you receive the least amount of help.
Correct.
Like your hardware stores, your
Yep.
Walmarts.
Yep.
Those are the stores where you actually like need help finding shit.
Yeah. Yeah. My favorite is like you go into like a clothing store, like say you go into like an Old Navy and someone comes up and they're like, do you need help finding something? I literally like turn and look at the wall and be like, I don't know. You have an entire wall full of t-shirts. I think I found the t-shirts. I don't think I need you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Like a
clothing
giant
stores,
sign
like
that says
everything's
men's.
there.
Yeah. Like the giant sign that says like men's. It's like, oh, I'm
Yeah.
just looking for the men's section that I'm in.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm standing in the men's section. So I know where that is thanks to the 8 foot by 12 foot sign hanging from the ceiling.
Yeah.
Couldn't really miss that. And I don't know. I'm looking for a t-shirt and I see a wall full of t-shirts. If I change my mind and I want a pair of pants, they're probably over by all those pants that are hanging up over there too. Like I don't need you. Get away from me. Stop talking to me. But yeah, so anyway, back to Toys R Us. Um, I don't really understand how or why they're doing it and why they didn't switch to like an Amazon model where they just go online. I mean, I know they'd have to compete with Amazon because Amazon does also sell toys, as does Walmart and all that stuff. But it's the same idea as like, trying to go get something from Home Depot versus, so like we ran into this recently, trying to get, so it wasn't us, but so Amy's mom, I think it was she was trying to get appliances from Home Depot or Lowe's or one of those places. And they were like kind of giving her a hard time, weren't really helping her like find what she needed to find. And I don't think it was that cheap either. So I was like, well, they don't give a fuck because they're a big box store. You know what I mean? Like you go to Home Depot and like they don't need you to buy a new fridge. They don't care. They sell a million other things. So I gave her the appliance place that we bought our appliances from when we moved to Mansfield. And
Yeah,
like,
it's like you gotta go like Rick's or something.
yeah, yeah. And I was like, this place was awesome. Like the guys were super helpful. They delivered like hassle-free delivery. Like everything was great. Like it was awesome. It was a great experience, whatever. But I go, they're literally just an appliance store. So like they do need you to buy their fridge and they want you to be happy with it.
Yeah.
Like Home Depot doesn't give a shit.
No.
So like
someone else is down the fucking street or down the aisle buying $4 billion worth of lumber and
right. So you could make that argument and apply it to the Toys R Us Amazon thing because like Amazon sells everything, so they don't give a fuck about like what quality is or anything like that. So you could like I said, like Toys R Us could have just gone like the online route and was like, yeah, buy your toy. Like we only sell toys. So buy and ship toys versus something else. But I don't know. They're trying it again. It's probably not going to work. How funny would it be if between, because it says returning in 2022 and it doesn't give a date in 2022. So how funny would it be if like, it won't happen in the next 6 months because it's Christmas and that's your consumer buying things. But what if they're planned on like moving into Macy's stores like next summer and like a bunch of Macy's have to close in like February?
Yeah, like I don't even think the old people can buoy Macy's.
Right.
I'll tell you right now, there is no fucking need for me to go to a Macy's.
No. Especially because like most of them are like 3 fucking floors.
I just like seriously, like I've got no, I cannot think of why the fuck I would go to a Macy's.
Yeah. Yeah, especially because anything you need at Macy's, you can get literally anywhere else.
They're probably cheaper with more options.
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree with that.
Like I used to go there to buy like clothes, but
Now you can just like go to Old Navy or Marshalls or TJ Maxx.
that's the thing. So I only go to Marshalls, TJ Maxx for clothes, and I don't buy anything. This is the thing. I don't buy shit. Like I don't buy clothes. I don't buy anything.
Right. Right.
Work in a fucking gym. Like
Or t-shirts and shorts and then sweatpants in the wintertime.
Seriously, I don't need clothes. Like that's
yeah.
Like the most is like my golf shit. But everyone knows I like golf, so they think about it like seriously, like I don't buy fucking anything.
Yeah.
So when people need a gift for me, they're like, "Oh, well, fuck it, we'll just get them golf stuff."
Yeah, same. I like that's like the thing lately. I just get a bunch of golf stuff and I'm not mad about it, but it's cool because like I never have like I have so many fucking like polo t-shirts, which is funny because so I golfed with Bill yesterday and he called me like the day before, so like Friday night, and was like, "Hey man, so like what's the deal with like, wardrobe with this place?" And I go, or he said something along like golf, like what's standard procedure for golf and stuff. And I go, dude, just like shorts and a fucking collared shirt. Like it doesn't matter. And he was like, kind of like hinting to the fact of something. And I was like, what's the problem? And he was like, well, I don't own a polo. And I go, okay, you're fine. Cause we played at Ponky anyway.
Yeah.
So I was like, dude, you show up in like fucking shorts and a t-shirt and you're good. Like I've literally played at Ponky before with guys that just got off construction. They're in their fucking paint covered jeans and a high vis t-shirt. Like they don't give a fuck. Yeah. Like you're good.
I would also, I don't think clothes have any, this is something I feel about just in general. I don't feel like clothes are representative of anything outside of the clothes you are wearing at the time.
Right.
Like, I just don't get why golf has to be so fucking stuffy about the fucking collared shirt thing.
Yeah, it's stupid. Oh, so that's what I was going to say was that like, luckily I have plenty of them so I can bring them for Bill if he needs them this week. Because Cape golf is going to be a little different.
Well, so so the reason why Cape golf will be different is because it's technically tourist golf right now.
Yeah.
So any fucking crotchety person is going to have a reason to bitch.
Yeah.
So that's why it's like no coolers allowed. Got it. Don't bring a fucking cooler. Like,
yeah,
collared shirts are required. Just wear the fucking shirt. Like,
yep.
The quote unquote like tourist public golf is not the fucking time
right.
to get stuffy about this. But
the cool thing, like I played at Norton Country Club a couple weeks ago with Amy's sister's boyfriend, and they all had coolers. Like we had 2 big coolers in the back, and there's like a big sign up there that says like no coolers on the golf course and all that shit. But luckily that was the day that it happened to be like fucking 98 degrees when we were playing, and no one said anything. Like we literally walked by and like put the coolers in the back, and no one cared because like, what are they going to say? Like, you can't bring extra fucking waters with you when it's 100 degrees.
So I will now. This is where I like to give the golf courses a little bit of credit with coolers, because if your cooler is full of water and Gatorade, who gives a fuck?
Right.
Now, theoretically, if you're a foursome and say you bring 20 beers with you as a foursome,
That's a lot of money that the course loses.
it's a lot of money the course loses. Also, not that it would happen, if the town, like alcohol board, was to find out
Yeah.
that that's happening, then the course is now liable for anything that happens because they quote unquote overserve those golfers by not prohibiting them. What, it's a liability issue. I got
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
really care about that one. I care about the other one where it's like, if you're gonna roll up here, again, like if you guys are like really gonna get after it, and like you're gonna bring like 20 fucking beers with you, it's like, nah, you can buy them in the clubhouse.
Right. Right. Or like what most people do is you show up with like 3 or 4 beers and then you buy some off the cart. You know, because you never really know, like course to course, it changes. Some courses it's real cheap, but other courses it's like $8 for a beer. You know, you're paying like Boston prices. And it's like, you know, if most people drink, call it 6 beers on the course, like, do you want to pay what's 8 times 6, 40, 50? Like you're looking at $50 just in beer on top of your greens fees. So it's like, yeah, sure. I get like, you know, someone wants to show up with, you know, 3, 4 in the bag and then get whatever else on the course. Yeah. But I agree with you too.
That's
like if you're showing up with a 30 rack, like that's, you can't really do that.
Contributing nothing to the course.
Right.
Like that's the big, like that's my big thing.
Yeah.
It's almost like if you're going to sneak 3 or 4 on, cool. Also go buy some.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like contribute to society a little.
Yeah.
Or don't fucking, or that's it. Don't fucking drink. Like if you don't want to drink on the golf course, no problem. Most, like 99% of my rounds, I don't drink on the golf course.
Right. Right. I would say most of mine, I don't either.
No, I really, and I don't. So I'm not going to sit there and be like, oh, well, the golf courses are greedy for taking. It's like, no, they're not. Fucking cunt.
Oh, he's frozen again. Where's Pickett? Can we get Pickett on? She's sleeping on the floor. All right. Well, we have a great track record of the last 2 episodes of frozen screens here. So I'm just going to keep it rolling. Don't be a piece of shit. Buy beers on the golf course. That's the whatever it's called. The verdict. That's the word. Verdict. Oh yeah. That's a great segue too. I have jury duty tomorrow, which sucks. It'll be long gone by the time this comes out. I don't know. I think this is coming out next week. But yeah, I'm super fucking thrilled for jury duty. I think I'm planning on walking in and dressing up, not like a dickhead, but you know, I'm gonna probably wear like a camo hat, some sort of t-shirt with an American flag on it, cargo pants, you know, kind of show up like fucking, I want people to profile me, you know, like I want to be able to go and have people be like, yeah, we probably don't want this guy on the jury. So Amy's laughing at me in the bed as I stall until Bob gets back on the show. Yeah. Oh, she's Snapchatting me now too. You got anything to say? You wanna join? She's off camera, but she's talking to me. You can't hear because this microphone isn't good at picking up distance sounds. But we can play the game with the over under on how long until Bob comes back. It's been probably close to a minute. It's the longest fucking minute ever for me. So yeah, that's I'm so I'm going to apologize right now for you guys because I'm going to bring all this up again once he comes back on the show. So you're going to hear this fucking repeat. But so we got jury duty, and then also I've got, as another segue that I thought of once we were talking about malls and not wanting to go shopping and all that bullshit, was Elon Musk just unveiled the new Tesla bot, which I will hold up for the YouTube show. If you guys can see this, as I don't hold it the right way for the screen. So that's the Tesla bot, which is a humanoid robot that uses vehicle AI. So I'm assuming that means like cameras and like LiDAR and shit like that, how they move, because Teslas have autopilot and all that shit. But everyone's losing their shit over this because we're getting closer and closer to the robot takeover. When the first picture came out of this robot, like I said, I just held it up for the YouTube show. But if you haven't seen it, it's just a sleek looking robot with it's like black. It's got a black head with no face. And then the rest of its body is white, and I think its hands are black too. So it's just a combination of like white and black coloring across it. And they're talking about it. Its purpose is going to be to do things that people don't want to do, like go grocery shopping or go to the mall. So maybe the malls are just going to be full of fucking robots. But so people were flipping out over that. Oh, it's also, they gave its fucking measurements here. It's 5'8" and 120 pounds, 125 pounds. So yeah, so it is as tall as I am, but it weighs about 60 pounds less than me. So I think I could probably take it in a fight if I had to, which I wouldn't be able to. It's a fucking robot. So they called it Slender Man. Like, I think Slender Man. Did you ever see those? The videos? It's like a creepy fucking, it's this like lanky, like weird, creepy thing. I don't know. So that's coming. It's weird. Will Smith came out because everyone was like posting shit being like, oh, where is Will Smith? Someone call Will Smith because of the movie iRobot. Hopefully most of you guys have seen it, maybe not. But he finally posted on his Instagram, right? Was that his Instagram? And it was just, there was no caption, right? No caption. And it's no words. It was just like a slide, like side to side. And the first slide was a picture of the Tesla bot. And then the second slide was just like a screenshot of his face from the movie iRobot. So again, we're moving closer to this crazy fucking iRobot world and the AI takeover. Oh no. So I'm getting live updates here from Amy, and she's hearing from Michaela that the internet just died in the entire house over at Bob and Michaela's over there. I wonder if Leo chewed through something. Yeah. Oh, hey, there's a hurricane. It's because we were talking shit. We were talking shit about the hurricane, and it blew out Bob's fucking internet. Do they still have electricity? Do you know? She's getting the information as we wait. So yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting with this whole Tesla bot thing. It's probably going to be like $1 bajillion. I can't imagine it's going to be all that cheap. But that is kind of how things started in that iRobot movie. You know, the robots were created to do the menial tasks that people didn't want to do. And then eventually provide protection. And then obviously there was the whole fuck. What was the name of the supercomputer that turned bad? Yeah, I don't know. I think it started with an A in the movie. Again, I don't even know when iRobot came out. Let's find out. 2004. Wow. Let's see if I can find who the voice was. Vicky. That was the robot. Yeah, that was the thing that went bad. Vicky was like behind the thing, wasn't she? Yeah, she was the big face square thing. The robot was Sunny. Yeah, I remember that. So it's gonna be weird. We're eventually gonna have robots everywhere. Still no flying cars though. We'll never have fucking flying cars. So I don't know if he's gonna make it back. So we might, wrap this thing up. I could just keep going. I got. Let's see. Let me check the old list here. Well, I can't have my original final thought because Bob's not here and it was a question for him. So that kind of takes that out of the running. Oh, we've got a new Mountain Dew Seltzer. Mountain Dew is the latest company to. If you guys could see Amy's face right now, she made a very gross looking, like, disgust face. Your face wasn't gross. Like the look on your face projected feelings of you thought it was gross, to be clear. Yeah. So Mountain Dew, owned by Pepsi, has just released an adult version of hard seltzer. So you can get this in early 2022. My favorite thing about this, so it's hard Mountain Dew, and it will come in 3 flavors: the original Mountain Dew flavor, and then they also are throwing in black cherry and watermelon. Watermelon's probably going to be disgusting. Black cherry will probably be gross too. Original Mountain Dew is pretty good. As far as like sodas go, like I don't really drink sodas, but if I had to rank them, I would go Dr. Pepper at number 1. I'd probably put Sprite at 2. And then, oh yeah, shit, I always forget about root beer. Fuck. I would put root beer at 3. Barks root beer. Yeah, you gotta talk louder so you think. No, all right. Well, she's talking off camera, off mic. Like the people listening are like, cool, we can't hear you. She asked what kind of root beer. I'm a Barks guy because there's Barks. There's 4 big ones. Barks and Mug have this like rivalry, and then there's A&W, and then I always throw in IBC. IBC was fun as a kid because they only came in glass bottles, so you could pretend like you were drinking a beer, but you were like 12. Mountain Dew has vodka, you said? I didn't know that. But I would throw Mountain Dew in my top 5 as far as sodas go. Like I said, I don't really drink soda, and I don't really know if there's that many even still that exist. But so the original Mountain Dew flavor is probably just going to be fine. But my favorite thing about this is this quote. They're teaming up. So Pepsi is teaming up with Boston Beer. Oh, shit, he's back. So Pepsi is teaming up with Boston Beer Company over this. And my favorite thing about this, let me fill Bob in real quick, because Hurricane Henri came back with a vengeance because we were talking shit and knocked out your internet.
Yeah, I'm back for now.
So I've been filibustering this entire time. much to the chagrin of everybody probably. But I moved on to boozy Mountain Dew. So PepsiCo, that owns Mountain Dew, has recently released that they were going to come out with this in 2022. So you're getting a hard Mountain Dew seltzer that's coming in original Mountain Dew flavor, black cherry, and watermelon. So Amy and I already came to the conclusion that black cherry and watermelon are going to suck. And the cans also are very reminiscent of, do you remember Jews from college? Like Joose? It was a rival to Four Loko.
They know it vaguely now.
Juice. It was juice, but we used to call it Jews because it was spelled weird. The cans remind me of that. They're black with like weird tribal design things on them, I think. So black cherry and watermelon probably going to suck. Original Mountain Dew should be fine. But my favorite quote from this article or this press release from Mountain Dew goes, "We know that adult drinkers' tastes are evolving and they're looking for new and exciting flavorful beverages. The combination of our experience in brewing and developing the best tasting hard seltzers and hard teas and Mountain Dew, a one-of-a-kind multi-billion-dollar brand, will deliver the excitement and refreshment that drinkers know and love." So rewinding to the beginning there, we know that adult drinkers' tastes are evolving. Well, by definition, wouldn't that mean they're not evolving? Like Mountain Dew is a soda that's clearly geared towards like young kids, children, teenagers. Like everyone drinks Mountain Dew with like when they're a kid. And now you're an adult and they're like, well, your tastes have evolved, so let's give you Mountain Dew. It's like, no, you just want to take something that we had when we were kids and put booze in it.
Which we can do ourselves.
Which we can do ourselves.
I also know that's not the point because
Right.
I made that argument.
Yeah.
I had vodka sodas yesterday in a can. It's like, well, I can make those myself. I'm like, yeah, but I wasn't gonna.
Yeah. So I just think it's funny, like the way they're marketing it. They're like, oh, you know, your tastes are evolving. So we're going to give you the exact same thing that you used to drink 15 years ago and just put a little booze in it.
Yeah, they're just going to take all the former, what they really should, if they were smart, they would take all the former types of Mountain Dew, like there was Code Red.
Yep.
Regular. And just add fucking liquor to it.
There was a blue one too.
Yeah, I don't know what that one was, but
I don't know what that was called either.
All the Mountain Dews, past and present.
Yep.
Add booze, put it in a can.
Yeah.
That's what you should do.
Right.
Don't overthink this. Don't overdo it.
Yeah.
Mountain Dew does not need a black cherry option. It needs a fucking alcoholic Code Red.
Right. Right. How much better would that be? Mountain Dew Code Red booze. Like that's a fucking, you're 100% on the fucking nail. Like, don't give me black cherry Mountain Dew with booze in it. Give me all of the regular flavors of Mountain Dew with booze in it. Like give me original Code Red, whatever the blue one was. Because then it's like high school.
Yeah.
You buy the Mountain Dew and then you put vodka in it.
Like the fact that if a Mountain Dew, if an alcoholic Mountain Dew Code Red does not come out, then everyone in upper management at Mountain Dew should be fired, or Pepsi.
Yeah.
What are they, Pepsi?
They're owned by Pepsi, yeah.
So anyone responsible for Mountain Dew should be fired if Mountain Dew Code Red does not come out with alcohol in it.
Yeah.
And why the fuck are there 50?
There's
Jesus
50?
Christ.
50 flavors of Mountain Dew?
Baja Blast, Throwback, Kickstart, Voltage. Jesus Christ.
Well, I think those are different. So like Mountain Dew Voltage, I think those are the ones with caffeine.
Oh.
They've done a.
Blast sounds familiar. I think that might be like the purple one.
Baja Blast does sound familiar. Is that the blue one?
That was like the purple. Oh no, it's green. Shit.
Green.
Mountain Dew
Oh
Throw.
yeah, I just pulled it up. What the fuck is this? What is going on?
Kickstart. That's not what I'm looking for.
Code Red. Voltage. Huh. I just want like, just give me the regular. Oh, they had Amp for a little while. They owned Amp. That's crazy. I don't. What is?
Live Wire was the orange one.
Yep. Oh, apparently Voltage is the blue one.
Pitch Black.
I thought Voltage was like the thing, but I guess that was Amp. That I mixed those up. Amp was their energy drink.
Yeah, so here's what Mountain Dew should do. Take your normal Mountain Dew flavors, add alcohol to them, and you could even do like, and the way I would do them is take whatever the diet soda is, just make it that. That way it's like it's the low calorie. You hop right into the right market.
Right.
But take the flavors. You have orange, you have red, you have whatever the purple one was, whatever blue is, fucking Baja, fucking Blast, whatever, and just sell those.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yep. Then just make the label a little different, slap a fucking alcohol thingy on it, and put it in a can even. So it's even more different, like a tall can, you know, because I think that's what they're doing. I think they're selling them in 24-ounce cans. So it's
Nope. But they shouldn't even do that. They should just fucking, they're all fucking this all up.
Yeah. So
maybe the 24-ounce can is better, actually. Because, like, seriously, you're going to sit there and drink 12 fucking Spike Mountain Dews?
I hope not.
You know, now, if Coca-Cola was smart, I could do the marketing for these fucking companies. If Coca-Cola was smart, or if a beverage distribution company was smart, actually, I guess it's not a beverage distribution. It would have to be the
actual company, yeah.
Buy the rights to Surge, add alcohol, sell it.
Yeah. Who owns Surge? It's got to be Coke, right?
Coke. I think that's a Coke product. That was definitely a Coke type bottle back in the day.
Yeah. I just Googled who owns Surge. Yeah, the Coca-Cola company.
Yeah. Add alcohol to that, sell that.
Yeah, it literally says it right on the thing. It's citrus flavored soft drink first produced in the 90s by Coca-Cola to compete with Pepsi's Mountain Dew.
And why doesn't Captain Morgan cut a deal with Coke and sell Captain and Coke in a can?
I don't know. There's a lot of like, yeah, that's crazy. Or like, why doesn't, well, I mean, it wouldn't be super hard, but I was going to say, why doesn't Captain Morgan just come up with their own brand of soda, like cola? You know what I mean?
Partner with Coke and make it Captain and Coke.
Yeah. That is really dumb.
Definitely don't do a rum and cola. Do not do that.
Yeah.
Make it a Captain and Coke. Call Jack Daniels. Tell them to do the same thing.
Yeah.
And then you really profile who's a real piece of shit. Like, I'm gonna drink a Jack and Coke, and I'm not gonna make it myself.
Yeah, I'm gonna bypass the what is it? Probably $30 handle of Jack Daniels to spend $30 on a 12-pack that has way less Jack in it, but I don't have to make it myself. You know what I mean? Like per volume, like the amount of Jack Daniels that would be in that is way less, but it'd probably be more expensive than a fucking handle.
Well, there's also older guys out there who definitely would say, they'd be like, I've drank a lot of Jack and Coke and I'm still going to. I get way too fucking hammered off it. So give me your dialed back in a can and I'll just hammer those.
Yeah.
You end up drinking more of those to get just as fucked up, but you know, at least I tried.
Yeah, it's the thought that counts. So while you were gone, I was talking about how I have jury duty tomorrow, which is gonna fucking suck.
I'm
not thrilled that I have to drive to Fall River. but I'm going for the profiling angle. So obviously, like I mean, I have a thick beard just because anyway, but so it helps. But I was saying, like, I'm probably gonna go in and like wear like a camo hat and some sort of t-shirt with an American flag on it and like cargo shorts and something. I might even wear my hiking boots too, just cause or like really be a fucking dickhead and wear like Timberland boots with cargo shorts.
God.
Like I want to go in and have them profile me and be like, yeah, no, we don't want this guy in the jury.
Fit right in and
Uh,
here you
yeah, yeah. They'll pick me. They'll be like, this guy's trying so hard to not be picked. We're gonna pick him. So
So while you were doing that though, I did look up the ingredients to a fucking hand grenade from New Orleans. And
yeah,
I'm pretty sure it was just fucking Everclear and Surge. Like, and
yeah,
then you can order it with or without ice. And obviously it's more expensive to get it without the ice, but that's the way to go.
yeah.
And then, but I just pulled up a recipe. It's vodka, white rum, gin, melon liqueur, grain alcohol, sugar syrup, pineapple juice. I
Jesus.
don't think that I don't I know you've never had one. I don't think that's right. But
Yeah,
even if it is, there's a lot of clear liquor in that.
there's a lot. Yeah. Well,
It
it's
sounds
like
like
it sounds like Wet
no, it's like
Willies.
no, it sounds like when I was in the fucking dorm room, and the reason why Jones to this day won't drink anything green. It sounds like I was in the dorm room and I had all these little bottles of all this shit and a ton of Midori. So I just poured everything together with the Midori and served it.
And it turned green.
Well, everything was green.
Well, that's how the rule is now: no green drinks.
He won't drink anything green to this
Yeah.
day. Still holds by. Like I think he's still mad about that. But the best part was it was him and Grandpa.
15 years later.
Him and Grandpa were sitting there playing like NHL, and I would, because you remember the 6-person suite, so
Yeah.
I set up because I kept using all the shit. So I basically set up one of the bathroom sinks as a bar, and I would take all of our shot glasses and put them on this tray that we probably use for sledding, whatever. I was using one of the trays from the dining hall, and I would just walk back over after I made them all, and we would sit there and drink them all. And then I'd get back up. I'd actually like rinse the glasses and do it again. But because they were sitting there playing, they didn't realize how many I made and how often I kept going back and forth. And dude, I was mixing everything together. Like everything. So we did the poster, so I had all these bottles left over.
Right.
Random shit.
Yeah.
And
Like,
I
oh,
was
let's mix this and this.
just everything. Just everything.
Yeah.
Then I would pour it into shots, and those two, neither of them will drink anything green ever again, probably.
That's great.
Which really sucks for Jones because he can't come to New Orleans with us. Because if he's not going to drink the hand grenade, then what are we doing?
Yeah. Well, just close your eyes. Tell him to close his eyes.
It's the first drink, so
yeah.
If he ever wants to go to New Orleans,
he's got to get over his fear.
Yeah. And yes, the smell of surge will be pouring out of your body for fucking 3 straight days. But that's
yeah. All right. Well, I know you were gone for a little bit, but it's about that time. If you want to start wrapping things up.
Yeah, I was going to say I was only part-time on the
podcast.
Yeah. Go first for me.
I'm not. All right. All right. Well, this is gonna fuck you then anyway, because this is a question for you. So my final thought is so I saw this on Instagram. Someone put it on their story, I think earlier or something. And it was just a question. And I was like, oh, that'd be a good question to bring up on the show. So the question is, which band blew your mind the first time you heard them? So I can go first and give you a little bit more time because I know you're trying to find your final thought. Now you're also trying
Yeah.
to think of this too. So, um, for the first, the first thing that popped into my head here was Greta Van Fleet because, and I looked at it like not as a like blow your mind for any particular reason. Like Greta Van Fleet blew my mind the very first time I heard them because they sound identical to Led Zeppelin. Um, so it wasn't like, you know, oh my God, I heard this band and they were so fucking good and they fucking knocked my socks off. It's like, no, I heard this band and I was like, holy shit, is this Zeppelin? And I heard like first time I heard them, I heard them on the radio. And I go, oh, that's weird. I've never heard this Zeppelin song before. And then I heard it like a different time. This was a couple of years ago. And I heard it another time on the radio and I go, what the fuck? Like Zeppelin does not still making music. Like this isn't them. And so I looked it up and I found out it was Greta Van Fleet. And I was like, oh shit. So then I started following them for a little while. And yeah, so that was probably the last band that blew my mind the first time I heard them sing.
We can go a couple different ways with this. So I have, because I forget the order of which, but I have to lump Soil Work and In Flames together
Mm-hmm.
because I don't remember which one I listened to first, but it was definitely in the same time period. Um,
Oh, that's weird.
where I realized that like death metal is actually good.
Yeah.
Because before I thought it was all like Cannibal Corpse, and if you ever listen to that shit, it's just not good. It's not that good.
Yeah.
So like the Swedish stuff was a little different. Um, and yeah, I forget which band. I don't remember which one was which, but it was. I know "Take This Life" by In Flames was on Guitar Hero, like in the bonus songs,
Mm-hmm.
and I remember "Nerve" from Soilwork too. And that was what kind of got me away from more of like the grunge and stuff, which was fine. But like, thank fucking God it did because now it's like all you fucking hear.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think there's been like new rock that isn't fucking metal since I don't even know because now it's like Imagine Dragons and like they try to call it rock, but it's not really rock. It's fucking pop.
No, it's pop. Imagine Dragons is not rock.
No, like there's no new rock bands. It seems
Yeah.
like they all go either too heavy or too light,
Yeah.
and nothing fucking finds the middle right now.
So this was weird. You couldn't hear or see, but as I was talking about Greta Van Fleet, Amy like turned her phone and goes, "This is weird." She's like flipping through TikTok, and she flipped through, and one of the videos was an interview with Greta Van Fleet. So the phone is listening to me. Her
Yep.
phone is listening to me.
Yeah, but if you take these certain steps, the government can't track you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. If you follow these certain things, they won't do it. So yeah, I was curious. I was interested to see what
The only other band that I would even consider like saying is actually Falling in Reverse.
they are
And
really
I know
good.
I've probably talked about it before, but if you listen, and this would take some time, and you have to like the music. If you listen to everything Falling in Reverse puts out, whether you like it all or not, the fucking it's Ronnie. What the fuck's his last name? Ronnie Rad. It's not
Yeah,
Rad.
Radke.
Is
Yeah.
that it? Is he Brad's brother? Um, yeah, Ronnie, whatever, Ronnie Radke, something like that. And like what he tries, again, he doesn't always succeed, but you know, he's done like the all growling, he's done the like poppy type rock, he's done like the rap rock, he's done borderline everything, and then he even, again, I don't like the two versions, But if you take two of the songs that were like off probably their first album, or really early on for Falling in Reverse, he actually turns them into like melodic epics, like in a way, like orchestra type music.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's like, how the fuck did he do that?
Yeah.
It's like, I don't even know. It's like one of the songs that he picked was the video was him in like the old Celebrity Rehab show, whatever the fuck that was.
Yeah.
And it was about him being on drugs and in rehab, and then he turned it into like an orchestra epic.
Oh wow.
So
That is pretty impressive.
the range that he has is actually pretty impressive. Again, whether you like it all or not, or whether you like the guy or not, that's all irrelevant. But because a lot of these other bands, like, okay, you just do metalcore, that's it, I got it. Or you sound just like this band, or you sound just like that, or these three bands all kind of came out at the same time from the same place, and they all kind of sound alike.
Right.
And it's like, then there's this guy doing just whatever the fuck he wants, whenever the fuck he wants.
I like it.
All right, my final thought. Watched Dodgeball yesterday, almost beginning to end. And it's been a long time since I've actually sat there and watched it.
Yeah.
And it's super disappointing that everyone's such a cunt these days that we can't enjoy some of the humor that we got in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
Like even as simple as when Ben Stiller's wife shows up and throws the ball, and the guy's like, "Oh, she must be a lesbian." And Patches O'Houlihan's sitting there, and he's like, "Well, the only thing I know is that dyke can grow."
Yeah.
It's like, you can't even write those jokes into fucking comedy anymore.
Yeah. So it's funny you say that because obviously we don't have cable here, so we can't watch like live TV. So we kind of like jump around and watch whatever. But for a little while before fucking Peacock fucked us, we were watching Parks and Rec. And you can get the first 2 seasons for free on Peacock, but then you have to pay. And I was trying to tell Amy, because she never watched the show, that it started to get really good in season 3. And I was like, obviously, that's why they fucking they pork you on that. But so we're watching season 1 and 2 of Parks and Rec. So that's got to be like 2004, 2005.
Oh, it's not. I think it's maybe what, 07, 08?
Let's Parks and Rec. Let's see. It started, April 2009.
Oh, 2009.
I was going to say it felt like a lot longer, but that's still 12 years ago. I like, it's still in my brain. 12 years ago is fucking 2004.
Yeah, The Office is more like 05.
Yeah.
And actually, they just pulled one of their episodes, Diversity Day.
I heard that, yeah.
Can't watch that anymore.
But so we're watching it, and I'm getting like some of like their lines and stuff and the shit they're talking about, and I'm like, you couldn't do this now. Like you can't make these jokes now because everyone's such a fucking bitch about everything. And that was only 12 years ago, 2009. So I think that makes it even worse that, Parks and Rec came out in 09. So we're watching something that came out 09 and 10. And as I'm watching it, I'm like, oh, wow, there's no way you'd be able to do this now.
Yeah, and I think it's just like, obviously everyone's gone soft.
Yeah.
But it's like, actually, it's really a bummer that even just like humor, you just can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
Like,
there was something
why some of these 90-minute comedies are struggling.
What did we watch? Oh, Lincoln Lawyer. That's what it was. So we were watching Lincoln Lawyer. I don't know when that came out. Let's find out. Lincoln Lawyer came out in 2011. So that's with Matthew McConaughey. And there's a scene where they're all sitting around like a table because McConaughey is the lawyer. and they're trying to get the story of what happened. And this guy is telling the story, and he goes, yeah, and these two fags were like laying on top of me, like holding me down. And then like in it, I think it was McConaughey or another person or something, was like, well, what do you mean by that? And he was like, these two faggots were holding me down. And then like the other character was like, all right, cool, let's make that note that, two gay men were holding him down. But like something as simple as that, like you can't even say that now. Like people won't even say, like people will legitimately be like, oh, the F word. And I look at that being like, well,
fuck.
Which one? Are you talking about fuck? That's the only F word I know. Like, it's like, I don't know. People are such fucking pussies now. Like we've said it all along. Like they're just words. Like words only have power because you allow them to. Like if you feel some sort of emotion because of a word, you fuck off, dude. Like I don't have time for that bullshit. Oh, you said the word faggot. Yeah, that hurts my feelings. Okay, well, I mean, I wasn't using it in a derogatory way. I wasn't calling someone that direct. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, while like beating them with a fucking belt.
Right. Like, there's really only one word that you can't say.
Yeah.
And it's literally the only word that is referred to by the first letter of the word. And it's really funny. Like, I'm sure you've seen like all the memes and like clips and shit where people are like, someone will say something similar to that and they'll be like, oh yeah, what word can't you say or something like that? And they're like, oh yeah, the N word. And they like the other person on the other end goes, yeah, there's a reason why you won't say the actual word.
Yeah.
Because like people say the F word, but it's fuck, or the other F word and it's fag. And it's like all this shit, or bitch, or pussy, or cunt, or whore, or all this shit. There's one word that you can't say. And there's a reason.
Yeah.
All the other words, fuck off. Like it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's like if you're like throwing a brick through someone's window and calling them a fag or a fucking dyke or something.
Yeah, that's not cool.
That's hate.
Fucked up. That's hate. Yeah, that is 100% hate.
But the fact that I just put those words out there vocally doesn't mean anything.
Right. The fact that I've said the word does not make me a bigot or a hateful person. Like it's just a word that exists.
Yeah. Well, we should probably just go ahead and get canceled now.
Yep. Cool. Didn't even make it to 300 episodes. Close though. We're like, I think this is 280. I don't know. We've done, like I said, we've done like 4 in the last 5 days. So
who the fuck knows?
It's I don't know the numbers where we're at anymore. We're close to 300.
When we're perfectly on schedule, I don't even know the numbers. So
yeah, when we get to 300, we should dress up like Spartans.
I'm gonna dress up. Oh, that was Mr. 3000.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna dress up like Bernie Mac, but.
All right. Well, I think that's going to do it for us. So quick shout out to the sponsors here. We got mybookie.com. Go to mybookie, sign up using our promo code Sarcasm Pod, and they will double your first deposit up to $1,000. This whole time I've been saying they'll match you 50%. They're back to the summer deal. Apparently the double your deposit is just around for the summer. So you go to mybookie.com. Use our promo code Sarcasm Pod when you sign up, and they will double your first deposit up to $1,000.
Plus, right now you can put $25. So you have to have the 25 in your account, but you can put $25 on the first NFL game. So
yep,
a week from Thursday.
Yeah. Will they score any points?
will either team score?
Yes.
So unless it goes 0-0 tied, it's a free $23.76 or something.
Yeah. It'll be the first time ever there's a 0-0 tie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can also go to grillyourassoff.com. Use our promo code SarcasmPod for 15% off your entire order. Grillyourassoff.com has all the seasonings that you could need. Claymore, Cajun, my personal favorite, the gunpowder. They got Willie Pete chicken, Ma Deuce steak seasoning, taco seasoning, all of that. You get a 16 ounces of seasoning for like $12, and then you throw that 15% discount on top, and you're looking at like $10 for a pound of seasoning. They also have some salts over there, some different flavored salts. They got some really cool gear, like apparel and coffee mugs and drinkware, all that cool shit. So go to grillyourassoff.com, use the promo code SarcasmPod, and that will get you 15% off your entire order. So thank you for watching. If you're on YouTube, make sure you give us a thumbs up, click the subscribe button, leave us a comment, tell everybody you know about the show, spread the word. If you're listening to us on the audio version, make sure you subscribe. If you use Apple Podcasts, which I know like 59% of you use Apple Podcasts because, we get those statistics. Go to the iTunes store, give us 5 stars, leave us a review. All that stuff helps the natural visibility and new people to find the show, which we have a little bit. We've had a couple downloads in North Carolina in the last couple of weeks, catching fire in Texas. Shout out to all our Texans down there. We'll probably be down there sometime in February, I believe. So stay tuned for that. That'll be a fun time. Where else? Nebraska is catching on too. I think we got a few people in Nebraska. We're back in Canada, Ontario in Canada.
Ian made it to fucking New York.
Yeah, Ian's in Brooklyn. I've been talking to him off and on over the last couple of days. Yeah. He's in Brooklyn. Well, right now he's staying in Newark, New Jersey, until he can move into his apartment in Brooklyn. Ew. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, the more you guys leave comments and give us 5 stars and write reviews, the more, the natural findings fucking show up. People find organically. That's what it is. People will find the show organically. So that can only be done by you guys, and also by telling everybody you know about the show. If you have friends, hopefully you do. Maybe you don't. If you don't, we'll be your friends. Whatever. I don't care. If you got friends, maybe they like the show too. So tell them about it. You can catch us on Instagram at Sarcasm Speak Pod. We're on Twitter at Sarcasm_speaks. Our Facebook page is Sarcasm Speaks. So until next time, good night.